that I have to say is our children are not stupid. Most of our children don't want to sell dope, but they see what you get when you sell dope. The problem is, and you know I lecture about this all the time, most black people don't like being black and won't admit it. So if you, hold on, don't clap for me because you might not like what I'm about to say next. This is the problem. Think about it. Malcolm X died with $300 to his motherfucking name. Martin Luther King, as much as y'all love him, Harry Belafonte and his friends funded him. There's no fucking way that those two men who you all love that much are supposed to be broke. Look. The people who treat you the way that your oppressor treats you are the people that you give your fucking money to. So listen, wait, stop. Wait, if you showed these children that success came through being a revolutionary or being conscious, but look, most of the people that we love who are conscious are fucking broke, smoked out, and fucked up. Let me tell you something. Listen, and I must admit this, and this is not about any other rapper in this room. I'm talking about fucking me. One of the problems and one of the things that we did and one of the mistakes that we made is we told our children money over everything. So now you blame them for going to get the fucking bag. I wouldn't want to be David Banner either. But the thing is this is what I realized. I promised myself that one day I will be very, very successful to give these children something to aspire to. Because just telling them, go to college, ain't nobody making no motherfucking money doing that. They're going in debt. Kids don't want to hear that shit. Kids want to see an example. The last thing that I want to say, do you want to know the solution to all the shit that we talking about? Get your own shit, then you won't have to boycott. You won't have to worry about brands. I heard a young man say, if they don't, and it was a dope verse, he said, if they don't give Kaepernick a job, we're going to start our own NFL. Why the fuck you don't want to start your own NFL anyway? Listen to me, and I got to stand for this. When people show you who they are, there's no apology that you can give me that I don't know why y'all want to fuck with the NFL at all no more. But the thing is, you want an apology because in your mind somewhere you think America is going to treat you better. America is not going to treat you better until you get your own and you don't need them anymore. And one more thing, last one, please. It's really quick. I know how we do. And I want to say something. Two things. For the brothers, David. It's really quick. It's the same thing though. I personally think my son ripped it. And I want to say, and for Tip and Joey, Tip right now is filming Ant-Man. When he's not on Ant-Man, he goes straight to Houston's to stand on the front line with the people. And so many times people give up our career and we give up our lives in the way that we feed our family for our people, then our people turn their backs on us. Make sure you support the people that's on the stage, and I'm done, brother. And don't many of us get that Ant-Man money.
Not much money coming from Ant-Man, I'll tell you.
This message is brought to you by David Banner for president. He approves this message.
Only if T.I. run for mayor in Atlanta.
No. You gotta make T.I. Secretary of Defense.
I don't want none of this shit.
We've got about 10 more minutes, and so what I want to do is I want to get 3 or 4 questions in a row, and then we're going to give you all an opportunity to kind of close us out so we can get as many questions as we can before we close out.
Well, one of the issues that you guys were talking about was fomenting that fervor amongst the young people on the grassroots level. Of course, David Banner might be one of the answers, but another is right here. One of the 4 organizers of the Women's March is Tamika Mallory. How are you, Tamika?
So, I hate to be in rooms when we're not and I think we are having a real conversation because my brother Jeff is obviously leading this conversation, but we need to be clear about the fact that a lot of this is being engineered. So it's not that you can just add a little bit of extra sexiness to your music to balance it. People do not want us to put a message out that is for our people. They don't want it to be heard. And what happens is that when Walmart and McDonald's and other people are sponsoring your message, you are being controlled where you cannot have the message that the people need to hear. And so I'm going to give you an example and I'll take my seat. There was a lot of stuff said here that I think we can unpack. But having one panel with all of y'all up here to discuss this and then us not figuring out a way to break down after this and continuing to have these conversations in local communities on a monthly basis or what have you, where people make themselves available, celebrities and others, to be a part of those conversations is problematic. The second thing is, and Tip, I appreciate you for being with Jay Morrison because that's my brother and he's out there and I really appreciate you for standing with him. But the second thing is that the Women's March, we raised $3 million in 2 months without one corporate dollar, period. Which is why I and others were able to stand on the stage and talk to white people about oppression. We were able to put people who have been formerly incarcerated on the stage. We cannot do that with corporate banners behind us. And so what happened with this $3 million that we raised was that mostly white people gave $25. That was the most donate. That was the highest level for most people, for average donations. And people in this room have makeup on, you got shoes on, you got clothes on, you looking good. And if I ask you when is the last time you gave money to support people doing real work, the answer is probably never at all. So if we want to, it's great to hear all of this because y'all are all saying the best stuff. But we got to turn around and look at this audience and ask the question, are we supporting the people who are really doing the work? Are we supporting people like, for instance, I know that y'all, my son obviously is my brother, so I'm going to talk about him. His cipher was the dopest cipher, period, on BET Hip Hop Awards. People posted Eminem and did not post his message because people want to talk about Trump, yet he was speaking about how we got in the Trump situation in the first place. So all I'm asking is that if we are going to have conversations about what we need to do, forget about what white folks are doing, forget about what Trump is doing, ask yourself, what are you personally doing to change our situation? Thank you.
Thank you, Tamika.
Because we damn sure know half of this room gonna be out partying tonight.
That's right.
And let me say this, our chairman is giving us additional time. So we're gonna take another 10 or 15 minutes from now. So let me get 4 questions, and then we're gonna try to wrap some of this around, I think, directly what Tamika was talking about.
Thank you, Jeff. Sometimes it seems like the Trump administration's main policy is to undo President Obama's legacy. Recently, we saw him rescind Obama's signature Immigration Act, DACA, Deferred Action for Child Arrivals, and we have someone here who's an ambassador. You know, the Dreamers, you maybe heard about those Dreamers. 800,000 of them are now facing deportation. They're here as contributing U.S. citizens, just denied citizenship status. And this is something you want to talk about a little bit, right?
Yeah, so I'm not an ambassador because I don't know where this is going to air. I'm not an ambassador. But I do have a lot of friends who are affected by DACA because I'm from Haiti, Miss Seville, and a lot of my friends, they are in trouble. So how, as a college student, being in Virginia, there's not a big culture of Caribbean people. How do I come up with a solution to help people who are in trouble with this policy and
right.
with it being...
Thank you. I want to get 3 more questions, and I'm going to let you all address this as we begin to close it out. Let me get the next question.
All right. Keep it tight.
Okay. Hi, my name is Randy. I'm from LA. I do marketing, promotions, etc. I'll use NASCAR as an example, but it'll be bigger than that. NASCAR put out a statement saying that they won't allow the drivers to do any kind of protesting. Now, we look at NASCAR as mostly like a white thing, but there are there are some black drivers. I do know like the only female that's licensed in NASCAR. Protesting those type of big brands, like protesting cereal is not gonna like get us anywhere. And like saying like doing it ourselves, like I've reached out to a lot of you guys over the last couple of years, blowing you guys' email up about.
So your question, brother,
is how to like what do we do if we can't like we're not supporting our own and protesting won't necessarily work because it's mostly like a whitewash thing. What are other options?
How do we protest properly? How do we protest properly? Effectively, efficiently. Pretty much, right?
Or more so like, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let me get the next question, please.
All right, here we go.
How you guys doing? My name is President. I'm from Plainfield, New Jersey.
Peace, King.
Peace, King. I have an organization called the Global Black Student Orientation that I co-founded while chairing community affairs and education for the NAACP in Charlotte during the uprising. May I kindly ask everyone that either has a nonprofit organization that is interested in developing the next generation of black children around the world to add global black student orientation? And also from a social impact investing standpoint, I wanted to ask everyone that is interested in either obtaining financing from a women, minority, or veteran standpoint for a business, or interested in joining.
I need you to wrap it up, brother. I need you to wrap it up.
Global Black Student Orientation. Add Global Black Student Orientation, man. We're doing it for the kids.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, sir. I need one more question.
How to raise
commercial.
financing for grassroots issues. Maybe that's a question coming out of that. Do we have one more, Tiffany? Do we have one more? Yeah. Okay.
Hi, my name is Samira. I'm a law school student, and I'm a member of my local NAACP. And the question I wanted to ask each of you individually is, now that we're here, now that we've talked about all this stuff that we can do, how we need to organize, how we need to come together, what are you guys planning to do from this point forward to help us come together? How can you guys, what can you do in your community? Like, oh, there's a think tank. Come together. Like she was saying, we need celebrity, we need someone to organize. You guys have the platform and the power. We just need to come out. So how are you guys going to go from here?
So let me do this, and I appreciate everybody who's in line. I apologize we can't get to every question, but I guarantee you we got to more than most panels. So thank you, everybody that was in line. We appreciate you, and engage these folks through social media with questions that you didn't have a chance to answer. So I can't get to everybody as we begin to close this out. Joe, I would like you to respond because I think that there was an overwhelming question about what do we do next, whether we're on a college campus or in a community. But before you answer that, please stop saying there aren't enough leaders. Everybody in this room has capacity.
Okay.
And everybody in this room has a call. And the question is, do you make the decision to walk out on it or not? But y'all are the answer to what you need. And the partnerships with folks up here is possible. But if y'all recognize, most of the movements were not artists leading movements. It was movements with leaders that artists joined. And as I talk to brothers and sisters all over the country, they're waiting for you, and you often too busy waiting for them. The moment you begin to lead substantive movement, I guarantee you will be surprised who shows up to follow you.
Okay.
Joey.
I agree with you. But, what I meant was more, we need to know who our leaders are. We have leaders for sure, agreed. I don't think, especially speaking for my generation, I don't think we know who they are. So,
hey, listen. No,
listen.
Hold up, wait a minute.
No. I understand that.
But,
so am I. But what I'm saying is not enough people are aware of who these people are. That's all I'm saying.
But check me out. Wait a minute. This is the thing, okay? It's around you. You're just not real. I think you're not seeing it. You haven't.
I don't think it's.
I'm telling you. No. Hear me out. Right. Hear me out. Brother Banner has programs going on. Sister Silver has programs going on. Rev has programs.
Puff got programs going on.
Exactly. I just got through protesting and demonstrating the boycott against Houston's restaurant in the Hillstone Corporation just as recent as yesterday. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff going on all around you. You got to figure out what's important to you, what deserves your time, because the things that you're asking about, what are we going to do to help you guys, this, that, and the other, man, y'all scroll up and down social media all day, and I see the things that I post that get the most attention are the things that you guys are most interested in. And usually the things that I do of a philanthropic effort are the least liked and supported. So that means you're not that interested.
Look, I agree.
But I'm telling you what I'm doing.
I agree
I'm telling
with
you all the stuff I'm doing, man, whether it's, you know, whether it's a show or a new song or a new album or a protest or what, I'm telling you everything. It's just you are directing your attention to the things that are more fun to you and not fundamental to you.
So wait.
I agree.
Let me do this. Well, 1 second, Joey. 1 second, Joey. 1 second, Joey. David, Mysonne, and Rev.
Sure.
Wait a second. I would like you all to, in 60 seconds, provide a recommendation to what people in this room can do as they're walking out of here. Because there's still a lot of people saying what, where, how. And we're not going to answer all the problems in this one panel, but I still want some people to have some other recommendations before they walk out of here. So, David, if we can go, then Rev, then Mysonne.
Rev, don't jump on me because I'm going to say this. Jesus ain't coming back. Everybody is waiting on a savior. When in actuality, I believe the story of Jesus was the fact that if you did the same thing Jesus did, if you fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, got somewhere, meditated, and did the things that you would do, I say any black person, fast for 40 days, your ass might walk on water too. The truth is this. We are all looking for someone else. I honestly believe I'm the only one that's going to do for my people. God laid it on me. God didn't lay it on everybody.
True.
So what I did, and I realized that we look at white people and we want the establishments that they have, but we don't have over 500 years of oppression behind us. So it's going to take time. We're looking for this kumbaya moment, and what I wanted to tell you, in my studies in the 60s, there were just about the same amount of people that supported Malcolm and Martin. It's just that they all dressed in leather and had afros. So when you saw them, you thought they were down with the movement. They were not. It don't take but 5 of y'all. In most cases, it only take one person. I saw T.I. do it. T.I. said, I'm the king of the South. Everybody looked at him like he was crazy. And then one person said, maybe he is. Then 4 other people said it, and then Scarface was like, yeah. Then it happened. Same thing with LL. I'm bad. You ain't bad. Yes, I am. The thing that I know, and listen to me, y'all, I know what to say. A lot of the stuff that rappers talk about, we did for real. But I chose to take the slow route. It's going to take time to build a real corporation and a real movement, and that's not going to happen. We are 500 years behind. We haven't had any social therapy, physical therapy, or mental therapy. So in saying that, stop looking for the leader. You are the God of your existence, and you are waiting on you.
No, Brother Banner, I'm not going to jump on you because I entirely agree. And some of my older counterparts in the ministry disagree with me. I really don't care. I think we got to realize that as we close today, when you look at the conversation happening, Trump is the face of that whole movement. But there's hundreds to thousands of people behind him that are the ones rooting him to say the things he's saying. The only way we walk out of here solution-based is to realize that because we talk about unity doesn't mean you have to be like me in order to stand next to me. And the problem, go ahead and clap, we in church. This is church. Problem we have is that we don't realize that when we talk about unity, we're always trying to tell someone you gotta be like me to stand next to me. How we walk out of here changing and bringing the revolution. We came to revolt, but we came to resolve. In the revolution, there's a resolution. And it's us standing together and not trying to tell each other to be like each other. So that is the way that we really walk out of this. And I want to say, secondly, in closing, we've got to walk out of here organizing like Sister Mallory said, my big sister in the movement. She's been a part of that coalition of National Women's March. Let's give her props. Taking a stand. We cannot walk out of here And I call on Diddy and our hip-hop community. Let's keep this going. We've got to hold more panels. We got to go to the local level. We got to do what Nick Cannon is doing in San Diego. Him and I stood together, held several town halls. That is the leadership that we've got to see. TIP out at Houston's last night, still out there. Didn't just go one time. We've got to show up consistently. Consistency is key. Let's keep the conversation going.
Thank you.
What I continue to hear everyone say is, you know, what is the takeaway? What is the solution? Okay, if nobody else in here can think of a solution that you've heard, let me make it very, very clear for you, okay? Us as the hip-hop community, us as black people, period, we account for $1.2 trillion of revenue. Do you understand what I'm saying? We spend more money than anybody, but we own less than anybody. You understand what I'm saying? The first thing that you can do is direct your dollars where people respect your culture. You understand what I'm saying? That's what all this shit by me and Houston's and all that shit, man, it really came from a timeline of systemic discrimination of people that look just like me in my community doing what I do. So I said, we got to do something. And all I'm trying to do is block their money. All I'm trying to do is make sure that if you gonna have a policy, we are 60% of your revenue, man. You in Atlanta, we 60% of your revenue. So if 60% of the people that bring you your money want to wear athletic gear, then goddamn it, it's gonna be some athletic gear worn in here. You understand what I'm saying? And the policies and procedures must go across the board to everybody. I can't be your best customer and be treated like a second-class citizen nowhere. So anytime you feel like a company or corporation isn't respecting you, the best thing that you and the people around you can do, stop spending your motherfucking money there.
Chip, as Mysonne closes us out, I want to say this too, because we do a great job of saying where we won't spend, but not pushing it somewhere else. And so if we're going to boycott Houston's, get t-shirts and go to every other restaurant you can and say, I'm here, instead of Houston's. And the more you're giving money to other businesses, it's not just stopping their business. It's also showing the other businesses around the city that we're bringing the money we would have taken to them.
That's real.
To you.
That's
because
real.
too often we say, don't, it's like kids, right? How many of you got kids and you like, don't do this. That's not how you teach kids. This is what you do. This is how you do it. This is how you go to the next level. And if we're teaching people what to do with their money,
sure,
what we don't do is even more powerful. Mysonne, take